what is the one skill that helped you to succeed in life?
Okay. Yes. So, audience, my name is Lamont Robertson. Um, I grew up very poor. In America, we had this town called East St. Louis. It was very poor and depressed and challenging circumstance to grow up in. And then from the age of about 13 to about 21, before I joined the military, um, I grew up in the Chicago housing project, a very poor area. I discovered something about myself at that time that the one great skill that may have brought me to some success is that at a young age, uh, I became a very avid listener, you know, and because I stuttered and I had a very bad speech impediment, and so that forced me to do more listening than talking. So I do a very good job at listening to people. So, so I created my, success to that largely.
That's great. It's a great skill to have. More you listen
Hmm.
and less you speak,
Hmm.
wiser you
Hmm.
become.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing. It's very great skill to have.
Hmm.
So what made you to actually master this skill? Like, how it happened?
Well, I think that the thing that happened there is that I was able to, you know, hear people out. And when you hear people out, then you are able to empathize with them. There's a situation more than someone would if they are not so much of a listener, but a talker. And, they're given a lot of information, but then you're not absorbing as much information as you could be, absorbing. So I, I don't know if I answered your question there, uh, but the part of empathy is very important,
Yeah.
and the empathy led to me being a great leader
Mm,
later on in life, or later on in my career. So.
mm, mm. So when you were in school, like at the young age, do you had any issues like students, bullying you, your friends? Like what kind of experience you had in school?
So I was bullied early on, but of course I'm 6'2". I was probably or usually one of the bigger people. I didn't bully people,
Mm,
but I know that I have had a lot of instances where people have bullied me,
yeah.
and then coming back to that empathy,
Mhm.
once I was able to use my size or my presence, to stop people from bullying me, that empathy kind of kicked in there,
Mm.
and I was the type of person that other kids would come to when people were bullying them, that they would come to me because they know I would stop the bullying from happening to them. So,
Mhm.
uh, it's kind of ironic when you think about it.
It is because like we know how children are in school, especially when
Hmm.
you are somebody who started. I at the young age I used to stutter a lot, and they
Uh,
used to call me names.
really?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I used to have a nickname when I was little, and I used to
Uh,
speak very fast. So
uh,
yeah, I couldn't
oh,
pronounce some of the words. So mine was
uh,
just delaying or repeating. It
hmm,
has different
hmm,
types of, of that speech stuff. But
yeah.
mine was like, and I still struggle some of the words. Like I
Right, right, right.
avoid,
Hmm,
I
hmm,
avoid
hmm.
pronouncing it. In writing, I use it, but when I'm
Oh, yeah.
speaking, I don't have that confidence to say it out loud.
Hmm, hmm,
So when I was a young girl, little, I used to stutter a lot, and the children used to call
hmm.
me, Sadiyo Arablai. It's a Somali
Really,
word.
really.
Like Arablai means like, you don't have a tongue. So
Uh-huh,
if you
uh-huh,
have a
uh-huh.
tongue, yeah. And
Right.
then I take it easy and oh,
Hmm.
God is great. It is a bit,
Oh
if
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
any
yeah. Oh
problem.
yeah. Oh yeah. Mine is still there, in some part, but largely I've learned how to control it. I
Mm,
think that the way that I learned how to control it is to become other people.
mm,
Yeah, I was in the military, and then I realized that there are certain things that I would do,
hmm.
and or yeah, like so certain assignments,
Yeah.
and I would always get in front of the group, and then I would stutter, except I
Mm,
had learned that the only thing I had to do is just imitate
hmm.
someone else or a previous leader, and I would imitate them, and I wouldn't stutter.
Wow. And
So through imitating, I wouldn't stutter. I just, if I'm in front of a big crowd,
mhm,
I'm always following somebody's example.
yeah,
So, therefore, I would never stutter in front of a big crowd.
yeah,
But if just me and you just talking,
yes,
you might hear me stutter a lot. I, I can't explain it. I don't have stage fright or anything like that. I mean, I do have stage fright, but not like that. But I would think that that would lead to more stuttering. But I never stutter in front of a big crowd.
yeah. Wow. And another thing is that because you have been in the military, you guys
Mhm.
listen more than you talk. You see,
Yeah,
so you learn to take orders, you learn to listen more.
yeah. I believe in Colin Powell. I read his autobiography.
Yeah,
Uh, where he says that the best leaders, best military leaders were the best followers.
yeah.
So you have to have something, some kind of construct, for to make up, the foundation of your leadership.
Hmm.
So, and
Hmm.
that makes very, very good sense to me at that time.
Absolutely. And when,
Hmm.
as you said, true leaders, they listen more than they
Hmm.
speak.
Hmm.
Should go
Yep.
back to that.
Yep.
Um,
Exactly.
it is a good ingredient to have. So
Hmm.
how does also that skill that you mastered in a young age helped you, and what was the journey like? Is there
The
anybody
journey,
helped you as well?
see, my journey would be different from most people. See, I'm a big, tall black man living in America.
Yeah, yeah.
And what a lot of Africans, I have a lot of African friends, and then what they did, they don't, what they seem to be immune to is the stated reality, right? So my experience would not match what their experience is because they haven't lived this. So, um, so even you'll come to America, and a lot of things that would be off-putting to me, you might see those things or experience those things, and then it's like a misnomer to you, you know, but I know what these things mean in their proper context.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
That's correct, because it's
Mhm.
totally different. I have been to
Oh
America,
yeah.
I have seen it,
Hmm.
but you are American,
Hmm.
born there generations.
Yes, exactly.
So it's not like somebody else who's from Africa or even our,
No, no, no.
American wouldn't have the same experience. So obviously
Right,
the journey must be different, and sometimes it
right.
might be even difficult, to have uh, through the process that you went and being black and serving in the
Hmm.
military and
Hmm.
but thank God that you actually mastered one specific skill that was listening,
Hmm.
listening.
Listening.
Yeah,
Hmm.
this is amazing.
Yeah,
Like, did you
yeah.
practice before, or did you had like any kind of um, training in school?
No, no, no. The training uh, was actually the lived experience.
Yeah.
So by the time I became a person in leadership positions,
Mm-hmm.
through my military service.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's just a lot of things that was unique about myself as a
Mm-hmm.
leader. When I became a leader in the military, and that even people, the senior leaders would gravitate to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that that was just influenced just by my life experience, how I approached things, right? So my approach to a situation, would be different, than someone else who has not properly gathered all of the information. Well, because of my listening, I was probably a pretty good critical thinker before most people studied critical thinking in their college days, because I put, my stuttering put me in a position whereby I had to gather all of the information before I make a uh, decision or come to a conclusion about a situation. So in that way, it helped me a lot. I mean, and I have to be thankful for it.
Mm-hmm. The reason I was asking you this question was a lot of people say, oh, maybe he learned in school, because you're
No,
America,
no.
you're American living in the US, their schools must do something so that he might learn from the school. So it is something that you did it by yourself. So explain that. What is the difference between learning skills from school and learning skills on your own?
Well, my a life coach, Dr. Alan Earl, he's a retired professor from the University of Maryland, and I
Mhm,
met him, my first tour of duty in Germany,
mhm,
and I learned from him that uh, it's not how much education you have,
mhm,
it's how you apply yourself in dire situations or like those epiphanies, you have an epiphany, you had that fork in the road. And what kind of, decisions you are making once you come to that fork in the road is that, well, Lamont, you seem to always be making a right decision about things.
mhm.
And I think that not education, because yeah, I can have a PhD, I can have so much education, certifications, everything else, up under the sun. But the thing about it is that what made those decisions to go after those degrees, to complete those degrees, and how did I apply such degrees? When I went to school, how did I apply myself, right? Because I know people who have gone through entire programs and they have straight A's. I mean, they have perfect marks, but they're not really good leaders, right? What that tells me is that education by itself is not the craze that we have been taught that it is, right? I know people who have not gone through college or even made it through high school, right?
Mhm,
But they are some of the smartest people I know. I mean, to be because they apply themselves all the time. They read more than people who have gone through 6 years of schooling, college. And these people know how to uh, think critically. You see. And when you give me a person, a critical thinker, not just a buzzword, don't use it just as a buzzword.
mhm,
That doesn't mean that, okay, well, I thought real hard about something. No, that's not what critical thinking is. You have to be able to discern, different things
mhm,
for their actual value
mhm, mhm.
or the actual meaning. Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Absolutely, and that's the whole point of doing what we're doing. This talk series, this kind of broadcast that we are doing online, because we can't actually meet everybody. You
Yeah, of
are
course, of
now
course.
in Miami
Hmm.
or in Washington. Which state are you at the moment?
Well, I'm in Chicago, Illinois.
Yes. So, and I'm in the UK now, and in
Yeah. Oh, okay. Great.
yeah, and
Hmm.
in a few months to come, I will be somewhere in Africa. So, yes,
Right.
so we try to do as much as we can utilizing technology. And as
Hmm.
you said before, it is all about, to have that ability to listen more, to be critical
Yeah. Oh,
thinker.
yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
and when somebody thinks, oh yeah, this person have more advantage than I am,
Hmm.
because they are in the West, or he's living in America, he's American, or she's in the UK. No,
Hmm.
that's not the fact. You can be
Hmm.
anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
All you need is to find your wow factor, like that
Yeah.
one skill that will
Yeah.
open a lot of doors. And for you,
Exactly.
luckily, it is listening more.
Yeah. Listening more. Hmm.
Skill open a lot of doors, and
Hmm.
now
Yeah.
you are an amazing space, which
Oh,
is
yeah. Oh,
excellent.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
when people hear that you have been in the military, they will think like taking a gun, but you are not. I know you. You have a PhD.
Oh, okay.
Explain to
Okay.
us,
Well,
you know,
now that,
that bit.
yeah, so the interesting thing about the military,
Mhm.
we used to think of it back in the day as the people who don't have anything else to do. They're not smart enough for the business world or whatever. But so they should go to the military because, the military take care of them or whatever. But some of the smartest people I know were in the United States military.
Yeah.
So some of the best thinkers, the best leaders I've known now. You know me. I did 28 years in the military. I've worked, more than 15 years in the corporate and
Mhm.
private sectors. My own business. Look,
Mhm.
um, in the military, if it were not for the military,
Mhm.
I probably wouldn't be where I'm at
Wow.
today.
Mhm.
Um, I have been able to forge a great life for myself and my family.
Mhm.
But if you look at the root of it, where it all started,
Mhm.
it started by me taking great advice, listening and taking great advice from people who have done it already,
Yeah.
right? And then not only that, you know, I have grown some intelligence to, take what, the platform that they gave me and then take that even further or build further upon that, you see.
Yeah. Mhm.
So my decision to join the military, to keep at it for, a certain amount of years so that it can springboard me to other areas in government and business and corporations that I probably would not have uh,
Mhm.
achieved,
Yeah.
without the military, to start me off.
Yeah, absolutely. And how did you manage life, working, studying, and you have like multiple degrees?
Yes, because in the United States military, you could choose
Hmm.
to go out and party and waste your life away in a bar, or
Hmm.
you can also take advantage of some of those benefits they have
Hmm.
to go to school and start earning your degree while you're in the military.
Hmm.
So of the 6 degrees that I have, five of them were earned. No, four of them was earned while I was actually in the military.
Wow.
Hmm.
4 degrees while you were
Hmm.
serving
Yeah.
in the military,
Hmm.
US military. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And it's so
Hmm.
great that, you also have that opportunity to learn and develop and make that kind of things for yourself while you are
Hmm.
also doing your day-to-day job and serving your
Yeah.
country as well.
Hmm.
So it is
Yep.
like
Hmm.
three in one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So and that I would take advantage of because of now I remember uh a non-commissioned officer telling me, say, hey, look here, like the military have a lot of benefits, but it doesn't benefit everybody. I said, well, what you mean? Said, of all these benefits the Army, offers us, few, ever take advantage of the benefits in the first place. So
Mhm.
yes, a benefit, but it's no benefit to them. I thought about that. Say, okay, well, you have access to all of this money to go to school and it's unlimited funds, whatever hell you can, go far as you want to go.
Yeah.
But how many are taking advantage of it?
Mm.
Very few of them were. So, you know, now I was just one of those kind of people that listen to good advice.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's the difference, listening the good
Hmm.
advice very well, or
Hmm.
just because you are busy talking, you miss those important,
Yes.
information,
Yes.
and
Hmm.
maybe realize when it is too late, and that will be too
Hmm.
late little,
Yep.
you know.
Yep. Hmm.
So,
Yep.
so
Hmm.
coming back to the military, you already spoke about the
Hmm.
one skill that helped you succeed was,
Hmm.
in life was listening, and then you also said
Hmm.
like critical thinking. But I think also
Hmm.
being in the military, you must have that kind of discipline, right?
Yeah, but critical thinking could get you in trouble in the military now, uh,
Mm,
uh, because everyone has a construct to execute and think from and execute from. So critical thinkers, I knew that I was probably not the best enlisted person, but I was probably better for the strategic side of things because my critical thinking skills were well, I believe that they were off the chart for the time that I was an enlisted person. Right?
mhm.
And so, so, so I don't want folks to understand, if you're a critical thinker, at a higher level, that could get you in trouble in the military because, in the military, it's execute, execute, execute the orders.
Yeah, yeah. So you can't talk
And
back, obviously.
yeah, exactly. So a lot of times, like when you start thinking and empathizing, then that could probably get you in trouble. So,
Mm, mm, mm. But also on the other hand, it is like having the discipline, that time you have to do this, you have to take that order.
hmm
Self-discipline is what a lot of young people nowadays
hmm
need to
yeah,
have a lot of it, because
yeah.
they might
Okay.
be wasting their time social media or playing games, right?
Right, right, exactly. As a leader,
Mm-hmm,
no matter where you sit on the chain, I was officer,
mm-hmm,
uh, my last 10 years, uh, but even when I was like a non-commissioned officer, being a critical thinker, made it easy for other people to follow you because they had more confidence in your, decision making. So that helped. And then even the other leaders, superior leaders, they would
mm-hmm,
have more confidence in you, going out to something. So I was, for instance, I was one of these people who would go out, with a one or two, two or three man team, and we're all alone, and uh,
mm-hmm,
connecting the war fighters,
mm-hmm.
and, it's like a two or three man team, but that's all you have, so you had to make the best decisions
Mm-hmm.
there because that could be the whole ball game there. So
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's amazing. One of the like the whole reason that we are trying to do for this talk series, this broadcast, is basically, to reach as many people as possible. But we have also a target. So by the year 2030, we really want to
Mhm.
hit that 1 million, people that we support so far through the work I have been doing in the UK and in
Mhm.
Africa, specifically Somalia, mainly in Somalia, but we
Mhm.
also work to other African countries as well.
Right.
It's for 60,000 people. And that
Mhm.
60,000 people, we are hoping, like, utilizing the technology, we can reach many people. And the way
Mhm.
that we can support many people is to have people like you who are, high achievers who actually,
Mhm.
mastered that one skill that that
Mhm.
they needed to be successful in their
Hmm.
life, you
Yeah.
know. And
Right.
through your experience and your journey, other people will learn. Because, like, a lot of people will ask the question, like, oh, he or she must be lucky because they are, exposed to this. But that's not the fact, You don't need
No.
to go to school and learn. But however, if that opportunity comes, then that's great.
Hmm.
Grab it, and that's
Yes.
where we
Yes.
like to do. So for your point of view, how can somebody learn that skill? Like, because they have that habit of talking all the time, right? So how
Exactly.
can they can adopt that skill?
How can they learn it?
Mhm,
Um, I think that that comes with experience. Only experience can teach you to become, an avid listener. So you'll go through some failures, because, and then if you're a critical thinker, you'll look back and try to figure out where you missed the spot, or getting through to a certain person that you were trying to help, or a certain goal that the group was trying to reach. So I've experienced some failures as well. But it's not like, okay, well, I was a kid, or I couldn't speak that well, and I listened, and that became my strength.
mhm,
Um, there's some failures as well, because no, I can't just sit here and then say, okay, well, uh, I was successful all my life and there it is. No, you're going to go through a lot of failures or whatever. Now, it's just how you handle
mhm,
the situation when you do fail. Do you go back and, revisit what you could have done better?
mhm,
Or are you stubborn, right? So you have to identify stubbornness, for instance, and and understand, hey, look, and I was stubborn, I'm going to be better next time. I do better next time. Right? So, it's just a
mhm,
trial and error experience.
mhm, mhm. Absolutely. And hopefully we will love whenever you have the time to do, some sessions. We have
Mhm.
what's it called, curriculums that's been prepared. It's
Yeah.
very short trainings.
Hmm.
We will share with you, and then perhaps we can do it one session where you actually type,
Oh.
say, like, this experience you can do ABC, and a lot
Hmm.
of people will benefit that. I believe that.
Hmm. Oh, yeah. I'm, you know, as much of a technologist as I am, and I really believe in the promise of technology,
Mm-hmm,
I think that social media has done
mm-hmm.
us a disservice,
Yeah.
because people draw conclusions before they know the right information, the true information. Uh, there's some misdirection that happens, and it's a social media dialogue that you don't get all the information, but you're making, decisions, and you're getting emotional
Mm-hmm.
and passionate about things that you really don't know. So, yeah, so I try to educate people about, things like that. Don't make the decision about something, and don't get emotional about something that you saw on social media, because you really don't know. You're just getting a snippet of someone's opinion. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And what is going on globally, that is also
Mhm.
worrisome itself.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
there is so many, how can I say, misinformation out there. And,
Hmm.
and before investigating further, it might actually influence you indirect, like,
Yeah.
negatively.
Hmm.
It's very bad.
Yeah. Hmm. Oh yeah. Very bad. Yeah. That can be very bad.
Yeah. So technology
Oh
has
yeah.
its own goodness, but it also has its own negativity.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
that is something that we need always to be aware of as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You have this thing, AI, but AI is being trained, by people who
Yeah.
are flawed, right? I'm not going to sit here and then say that I don't have, biased opinions or whatever. You have some bias, then you are flawed in some kind of way. I don't know anyone who is like, 100% unbiased, right?
Mhm.
But we have to learn as humans
Mhm.
how to recognize said biases and and improve upon it. So when you're programming or you're training AI,
Mhm.
to reach a conclusion or to help you reach a conclusion, you should never use AI to draw a conclusion.
Mhm.
You're using AI to help you reach a conclusion, since it's a helpmate. So understanding that there are biases,
Mhm.
throughout.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's correct. And so what kind of advice would you give your 10-year-old you?
The 10-year-old me, I would say, the 10-year-old me, I would ask myself, or, and I would advise myself to have more confidence
Mm-hmm.
in the way that you're thinking. Have more, because back in high school, I was told
Mm-hmm.
that I was no good in classes like computer science, math, science, things like that. I was told I was no good,
Mm-hmm.
and I believed it.
Wow.
I I believed it because it took me too long to get to technology. So when I actually had a chance to touch technology, I
Mm-hmm.
was at community college in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So, but imagine
Mm.
if I had the opportunity
Yeah.
to touch technology when I was 13, 14, 15 years old, like, so some of the students,
Mm-hmm.
where would I be? Yeah, I did graduate, many times with IT degrees. I'm a information security professional. I've achieved some of the highest certifications.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that I had promise back then,
Yeah.
but if I were to go back to my 10-year-old self and then, advise my 10-year-old self, hey, pursue those things that you really have an interest in, you know. But, of course, I was at the whims of the Chicago public school system. Uh, and, they didn't really, like, invest a lot in people like me. So I had to wait until I graduate from high school,
Mm-hmm.
go to college a little bit, enter the military, work for some of the best intel agencies in the world, and apply my craft there,
Mm-hmm.
whereby, you know, somewhere, between college and the military, I gained the confidence to know that
Mm-hmm.
not not if I belong, I do belong, and that these organizations would be better with me than without a person like me. You know, you have to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to say all of that. You just have to stay the course on those things that you really truly believe in. There's a lot of things. Oh well, just saying this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I didn't know that I was a great at math, technology, or science.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't know, but it took a life coach like Dr. Earl to bring that out of me. He said, "Well, you're smarter than you think that you are. Yeah, you're just not applying yourself as well." I mean, I figure I took the time to enroll in college, so I must have some motivation, right?
Abs-
But but you don't know exactly how motivated you should be, right? Unless you have a guide, unless you are in the right group, talking to the right people.
yeah.
So I separated myself from a lot of ignorance
Mm-hmm.
and then found good people to associate with. And then through associating myself with, just clamoring towards more positive people, it created a more positive me. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that is what we all need. We always need a shoulder to lean, people to be your mentors. That's why, young, children in school nowadays, those who
mhm,
have like, people who they can look up to, uh,
mhm,
or
mhm.
that little support, or like, have
Yeah.
somebody visiting your school and then giving
Hmm.
a talk, you know,
Hmm. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
your old self and give you that say technology is what the future, you know, try
Yeah.
to,
Hmm.
you know, and even if you fail one time or two times, you know, don't
Hmm.
give up, you know,
Hmm.
pick
Yeah.
yourself up and try, explore, you know, push yourself. Like if somebody said that to you, even if it's 30 minutes, or even if you watched a broadcast, imagine that, you know,
Yeah.
that will.
Dr. Sadiyo, no, Dr. Sadiyo, I have had, and I have purposely had young people come and visit with me and my wife to say, hey, look here, we are just regular people. We don't go out, we don't dress fancy, we don't, buy the most expensive cars and things like that. But and then we do whenever we can keep them in the garage. But no. But the thing about it is that young people today they need something tangible to see. Like okay, is this achievable? So when you speak to young people, that you speak to, they see that what you are doing
Mhm,
positive, in your life and for the world. They understand that these things are tangible, right?
mhm,
That they can achieve because they looking at a person in their image, their own image, who has done it, right? And that's very important to, for young people to see, especially today in a social media kind of,
mhm, mhm,
society that we live in today.
mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, you said it.
Hmm.
Yeah, right. Because that's why, you know, we invited you here today and you are sharing
Hmm.
your own experience. And,
Hmm.
you know, a young 10-year-old, you know, boy, you know, in school in Mississippi or New York or Japan
Hmm.
or anywhere
Hmm.
else in the world, you know, he
Hmm.
is your achievement, you
Yes, yes.
give them encouragement. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So what kind of degrees you have? Like I know you have like 6 degrees. So could you just explain to our audience like the type of degrees that you have? You have up to PhDs, which is not easy.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, PhD in IT, ABD. Um, Also, two technology degrees. One is cybersecurity from DePaul University. The
Mhm.
other is from Webster University. And then I have two liberal arts. One, well, no, I have a business degree. Um, with an emphasis in project management, and also have a liberal arts degree in criminal justice. Believe it or not.
Wow. Criminal justice.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, 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 and and I had another degree in law enforcement as well. So yeah.
Wow. For your PhD, what do you specialize?
Information technology, but my specialization is in so cybersecurity.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. That's what the world needs nowadays. You know, everybody's in technology.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
absolutely. Amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, you have been very inspiring, you know, and I hope our young professionals and all of our listeners, viewers will get inspired as much. Like every time I talk to you, I actually get inspired by, you know, your background, you know, how resilient you were and what you have achieved in life.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, yeah, all of those things, but with all of those, degrees, I think they may have helped,
Yeah.
but it is the motivation and the
Hmm.
no, the motivation, the the collaboration,
Hmm.
uh, the connections you make,
Hmm.
is going to make the difference or whatever. Just having a degree alone is not enough, right? I mean, it helps, right?
Hmm.
But there's a lot of soft skills
Hmm.
that you need to deploy in order to make it in business, and yeah.
Hmm. Thank you so much. Do you have any final words to say? We are actually to the end
No.
of our conversation.
Oh no, no. Appreciate it, Dr. Sadio. I appreciate you, inviting me, and it's been wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Mulamad, and thank you for your time and keep inspiring us. Thank you
Uh,
so. Yeah.
I'll try. Thank you. Thank you.